All right, we are back, and today I've got Mr. Zane Fry. I know it says Mike's iPhone on his screen. I don't know who Mike is, but we got.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Okay, so we got Zane Fry with us today. Zane has a big fight coming up in 2 weeks with Joe Thompson, and this is a fight. This is a fight you were looking for. I know you're coming off of a couple tough losses, and you felt this was a good fight for you right now to turn things around and start a bigger winning streak.
Yeah, so, this is actually the first guy I've fought in pro or amateur with a losing record.
Yeah, everybody I've seen you fight has been like a straight killer. So, I mean, both your amateur fights here were tough. Honestly, I didn't know what we were getting into with Ricky. When you fought Ricky, there was no footage on Ricky. I knew he was like high level jiu-jitsu, and I knew he had some kickboxing, but I didn't know he had hands like that.
He's good at everything, I guess.
Yeah, Ricky's good.
He's pro now too. He's supposed to be fighting pro.
Yeah, Ricky's actually scheduled to fight for us on September 23rd, making his pro boxing debut against a guy from Ohio. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. So, we know Ohio runs boxing pretty much. So, all the best fighters are coming out of Ohio. So, Ricky's got his work cut out for him there. But yeah, man, shoot. I am not centered at all. Helen, forgive me. I'm old as hell. There we go. That's all. There we go. I'm moving. I'm just sliding my camera over. There we go. I'm more in the middle now. Okay. It's driving me nuts, man. All right. What were we talking about? Ohio runs boxing.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you? So. We know, I mean, you started your career rough, and we had a talk a while back, and you told me about some things I didn't know about you, and definitely affected your career. I mean, even though you were steadily improving, getting better, like there was just still some things holding you back. And
yeah, definitely. So like my last fight camp, that was the first fight camp that I'd ever gone without drinking completely. I was having a lot of issues with that for a long time, up until probably March is when I officially stopped, February, something like that. And I mean, you can tell right away, obviously I'm fighting at 165 now compared to 185 and 180. I was pretty much walking around at that kind of weight. But yeah, I'm healthy now. I'm in here every day. My cardio is good, and it made a big difference in everything I'm able to do now. So I feel like I'm a different fighter.
I can see it. You've sent me pictures, like your body's different, your face looks different. Everything's looking different now. I mean, yeah. That had you told me once too. You got absolutely hammered drunk the night before. I guess the night before you fought Ricky. So I guess you worked late. Oh, really? So yeah. I know you worked late the night before both of those, and I guess went straight to the bar or whatever. I don't know what you were doing, but almost some Steve Walden level stuff there. I don't know if you know Steve or not. But.
Yeah, real life Roadhouse. That's what I was trying to say.
Roadhouse, yeah.
But now I'm here a lot. Like I train a lot, an unhealthy amount. Like I'm having trouble. I'm trying to get up to 168, 170 for this fight, and I can't even hardly put that on with training at the same time, just because I'm running 3 miles a day, 4 miles a day now. I don't even think I could have ran a mile.
Yeah.
Up until January.
So that's impressive, man. I don't think I could run 100 yards right now. So, so you got your own gym. The team's growing. You got our heavyweight champion Jeremy Karshner trains there. You got Jessica Emmerich or Jessica Pritchard. I don't know what she's going by right now. So you got Jessica, and I know you're helping her out a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm one of her main sparring partners, believe it or not.
You got, was it Joe, what's his name? One of Jeremy's,
Page?
huh?
Jerry Page?
Jerry Page. Yeah, and he's the former Olympic champion.
Yeah, Olympic gold medalist. He fought pro out of Columbus down here. But yeah, he's been in here like 6 times. He keeps showing back. He's got a heavyweight fighter that's been training with that's been sparring Jeremy. So
yeah,
he's been in here a lot. And he's been helping us out and teaching me a lot of stuff, not only about fighting, but what I can do to train the guys. Because I've got 3 or 4 guys in here that are going to be fighting amateur in the next probably 4 months, probably.
Yeah, I believe you told me you were hoping to get some of them on for October, right? Our Huntington card. So if they're, I guess, if they're ready.
Yeah.
I believe you had given me 2 names already, and
so
we're
165 and a 125, and they're both super athletic, and they're really tightening up the boxing skill. So I think having all of us come down there as a team, I think that'll be a really cool thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's always nice to.
It's nice being, having my own gym and being, somebody for these guys to look.
And if you ever do this on a card, that you're not fighting, it's going to be an entirely different experience for you. Traveling an hour or 2 away, and you're cornering everybody, and you're not fighting. I know normally you're the guy, you're traveling all that way, and you usually got 1 or 2 guys with you, and you go fight. But I don't know. I mean, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know if you've done that yet. I've been there, and I remember how strange it was, me traveling with my friends like Greg Robinson and several other guys. We would travel to these fights, and then they all fought, and I didn't, and it was so weird. Normally, I was just traveling and fighting on my own.
I did that with Derek one time. I went and cornered him for a title fight in Hilliard, but I actually ended up doing an expedition fight like 2 hours before the main card started, so I ended up fighting that night too.
Yeah.
But I'd actually prefer that, because last time I fought and I had Caleb on the undercard, they put us back to back on the card, so I had to go right back in and run back out, and
yeah, that's not good, because then he's making his debut, and he's mentally probably a mess back there, and then
by himself, he's like half watching the fight, half
knowing he's up next, and he needs somebody to talk to, and then the guy he's going to talk to is in the cage or in the ring getting punched in the face, and then you gotta all right, you gotta get your gloves off, run back there, get his water, get his towel, get all that stuff.
My shirt was on backwards. My shirt was on backwards. I'm for real.
That stuff makes for good stories later. It's awful at the time, but it makes for some cool stories later. Speaking of cool stories, I heard Columbus hasn't had any murders in 3 days.
Just where I'm at over here, believe it or not.
So just on your block.
Yeah, me owning a gym might sound unrealistic, but it's in a very rough part of town. But it is a boxing gym, so that's what I'm. If you're scared to come here on this sort of side of town, you're probably not gonna be going far in a boxing gym either.
Yeah.
And this is Apollo Creed style boxing gym. This isn't a 30 heavy bags and punch to the beat song kind of thing. Like we get it on in here.
Nice. Man, you want to give us a little tour of your space, or is that the camera going to be able to do it?
I don't know if we'll be able to do it right now. If you take a look, I just dropped a video on my Facebook page, though.
You got it.
The promo for August 5th, you'll see it's in the everything.
I'll share it. All right, cool. So what do you think about your opponent? I know that he's fought 1 pro fight. I don't know that he's got any amateur footage out there. I don't know. So I don't know how much you've seen, what you know about the guy, but what do you think about Joe?
He's been a super nice dude to me so far. Kind of strange. Like, he comments on a lot of my stuff and everything like that. But I mean, he showed up. A lot of guys, believe it or not, I'm having a hard time getting opponents. But luckily I locked 2 in. On the next 2 months, and then I'm probably going to be taking a tough fight up north somewhere in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that
Fighting,
goes.
fighting on one of Brian's shows up there.
Yeah, there's never a easy fight.
No, I know he's got
But
he's looking for somebody to fight an 0-3 guy right now, and from I believe that dude's pretty good. So
yeah, I'm fighting, next to DeJuan Calloway and Siobhan Stillwell right after me. They're fighting. So that's fine though. I feel like I got a nice couple of fights coming up where I can turn things around, and then I'll be ready to take a step up in competition. He's a super nice dude, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
As a promoter, it's good to have guys like Joe. I mean, guys, you ask him for anything, he sends it to you. Everything's done ahead of time. He's ready to go. So that's a promoter's dream. Because there's other guys, I've been chasing them down for months trying to get their blood work and their physicals in. So guys like Joe make my job easy, and I appreciate it. And guys like you too. I know blood blood work's a problem with you. I know you're not a fan of needles.
Oh man, no, I gotta redo that in
I think you're coming up soon.
4 months, I think. I'm looking forward to that. But so he's just I don't really he didn't look very good in his first fight. That's just how it is. But I don't have anything bad to say about the guy. You know what I mean?
He fought a really, really tough opponent too. So he didn't have an easy fight in his debut. Kind of like your debut. You fought. What was your opponent like? 15-0 going into as an amateur going into the fight with you. 15-1.
Oh yeah, he lost
25-1, something like that.
He lost to another guy who was 11-0 or something like that. And that was his only loss. But
and then you came in, debut, and gave him a good fight until it wasn't. So gave him a good fight to the end.
But September, that's a whole different story. That guy's wild. I don't know.
Josh. So I would like to see, Owens. I would like to see some footage on him because I know he's won a couple amateur tournaments when he was younger.
2011. They still were headgear.
So they
were still wearing headgear in the Tough Man tournament. So I'm assuming a long time.
So Owens had over 100 amateur wins. And then the 2 tournaments. I mean, he's got the experience, but
that sounds
also, like you said, that was 12.
A Charlie Zeeland story to me. I don't know. Was that documented? Where is 100 wins at? Is it on Boxrec?
No. They didn't. They actually didn't start reporting those semi-pro fights until 2017, I think.
Yeah, but most you're fighting 3 times a night, and they do the Tough Man once every 2 months. How old is the guy? 100 wins. Where did you get 100 wins from?
He fought in a lot of them, for years, I believe.
Oh.
Dude, in southern West Virginia, years ago, there was no amateur boxing cards happening. There was no pro boxing cards happening.
He's been super cool to me. I see him calling
15, 20 different towns, and they would have a rough and rowdy brawl or a tough man come around once a year. Some dudes would travel and try to hit them all up. They would use a different address and sign up because they had that 75-mile limit. You had to live within 75 miles of the town to fight in it. So they would be like, I live here, and then they would sign up for the next one. I live with my grandma now in this town. What they fight on? I don't know. Maybe he did that. I think he fought on Welch, Williamson. Maybe
those guys are staring at a TV that's not on right now. I don't know.
He's been nice to staring at you, man.
He's been nice to me, but if you look at his Facebook, he calls out
he's ready to go, man. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he called out Chris Jones or Alan. The dude who's fighting. What's his name?
Alex? He called out
Jones. The dude who's fighting Alex Davis. Yeah.
I know he's called out a few guys. Because I had to tell him
coming up to 160.
I know you're wanting that title, but you got to have. I think you got to have 5 to get a state title. You got to have 5 fights and a winning record. So, but he's actually in talks with BKFC about a fight I don't know the date. Actually, I don't know the date of it, but I know his opponent. I know all that, but there's no contract yet. So I mean, they're talking though. So I mean, he may have something set up. So that which was his goal. He wants to go into BKFC, but he's going to do some other pro boxing too. And you know, you're going to be the guy to welcome him back after a 12-year layoff.
I'm gonna help him through this midlife crisis. Is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm excited. Like really, like I wish you could host shows, you know, every 2 weeks or something. That would be a little more.
Yeah, well, starting here in 2 weeks, we got them every month, so that's gonna be tough on me. I barely have enough vacation time to make it happen, so pretty much using all my vacation days setting up events.
Yeah, my vacation is going to fight. That's what I tell people. I'm like, this is my vacation. I get to go, you know, get punched in the face with 10-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
So
I take my vacation days. Well, this one I'm only taking off that Friday. So the guys I work with, they're like, yeah, enjoy your day off. I'm like, I won't be working my tail off tomorrow. So setting that cage up.
Yeah.
But it's all fun, man. I mean, I love this stuff. I know what I signed up for.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like you fighters, a lot of people just don't get it, man. So
well, the people like I said, like I don't like I would rather fight for you for free than go fight for a guy that doesn't seem like he's reinvesting into the sport and the fighters. It seems like he's picking and choosing where he's putting his effort into, and it's like you got to look out for the guys who are putting their health and their bodies on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I try.
The fact that that's happening at this level, you know what I mean? It's way worse once you get higher up, of course. But
yeah,
the fact that it's happening at this level is crazy to me. So that's why I'm excited about having these younger guys in here, because even as an amateur, I didn't have that guy looking out for me, matching my fights or anything. So like I said, I can do that for these guys, and I think that'll make them a lot better off, because I fought whoever, even an amateur. Yeah. That's what it was. I fought whoever.
Well, something about you, a lot of people probably didn't know, which I found out later. You really talked yourself up going into a lot of those fights, and like I'd be like, well, based on his record, I'm gonna have him fight this guy, and you're like, no, man, I fought these killers. I've done this and this, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll let you fight.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have just been like, this is my record, instead of I almost had you
matched up with somebody that I was thinking, I was like, Zane's gonna get his first win here, and then you talked yourself up, and then we switched it, and then you fought somebody that was pretty darn good. I think I was trying to get you to fight in the tournament at Baileysville, but you just wanted to fight one fight, and it ended up being Ricky came in and surprised all of us and was a straight up killer.
Yeah, he fights like everything. He does like jiu-jitsu tournaments, and he goes and does Sambo, and then he's boxing pro, and he's got fights.
Ricky's like hosting his own. Ricky runs his own league for jiu-jitsu, man, and he's doing really good with it. Like, I don't think he doesn't even need to compete. He's like doing really good promoting jiu-jitsu. So,
well, I don't get it, but I'm happy for him. He's a super nice guy. We still talk a lot. So, do you think we'll still see you possibly make your MMA debut? I know that's something we've talked about for over a year now, year and a half, maybe. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get this win. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna even up these wins and losses, and then I'm ready to go. I'm not like completely helpless going in there, just expecting to like only have my hands. Like, I've wrestled for years and I have ground experience. So, I don't plan on trying to make a run in it or anything like that, but I'd definitely like to go out there and give it a shot.
Well, I know you got Jeremy there. Jeremy, I don't know what kind of wrestling or jiu-jitsu background Jeremy has, but I saw him do very well against a brown belt. So I'm sure Jeremy can teach you some things. So
his son's a crazy good wrestler, so I'd imagine he's the corner somewhere there.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it. Maybe you guys can get him in there. doing a little rolling with you too. Get Gavin, right? Is his name?
Yeah. And then
Get Gavin in
Jessica's
there.
level MMA grappling.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got the people for boxing for MMA, and you guys got what you need, man. I'd like to see it, and see everything keep growing and see your gym do really well.
Yeah, when I started, I was training in my garage. Like when I first came and fought for you, I had a heavy bag in the garage, so it was nice now.
Yeah, that was my first setup, man. I got a heavy bag. Did a very poor job of hanging that. Literally, like drilled it straight into the ceiling, and I think I like put a little nut on the other side or something. And I remember hitting that thing, and then it coming back down, come back down at me, and that was not good. That hook like barely missed my face. So, but yeah, I had that. I went and bought some dollar store mirrors and kind of set them up around the wall. Had the heavy bag hanging from the ceiling. It had a little 13-inch TV. I think it might have been an old black and white TV. And I had a VCR playing some like boxing matches that I had recorded from TV, trying to teach myself how to box. That was my setup, man.
You have a crop top and sweatbands too?
I had it all, dude. It was all. I was old. It was like training in a time machine, man.
That's what I'm going for here. This place looks like a prison in here, so I'm kind of going for like the gritty, like.
There you go.
Down like the kind of the down and dirty thing. That's what I'm kind of going for. It's like
there you go.
Ain't no reason, not just a boxing gym,
Yeah.
Ain't no reason for it to be too pretty. So I'm good with it. That's what we roll with.
Well, I mean, if you make it too pretty, I mean, those windows might get kicked in.
Yeah, we got something like that. I can see out, but they can't see in.
Okay.
It is
so that 3 days of no murder. 3 days of no murder might end if you got a nice TV hanging on the wall. So
that's what I do. I got a nice one right there in the lobby now.
Well, man, you got anything else? Anything you want to say to Joe?
I don't know. I hope you're doing well, man. He needs to cut some damn weight though, because he told him we were doing a catch weight. He said he was at 182. 2 weeks later, he's also at 182. So,
yeah. What was the catch weight? Was it 180?
He said he'd get to 178. I told him I'd get up to 168, so it'd be a 10-pound.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shove an ankle weight down in my underwear, so we'll get it done.
I'm not being involved in that. I'll tell you what, Elijah Thacker has experience in helping people make weight when they're under. All he needs is a 24 pack of pop. He'll stuff it in. He'll be stuffing that all through your clothes and trying to make it look where they can't see it.
I've been trying. I'm at like 166 right now, so I'll be there. I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's something, man. You're trying to gain weight for this fight, and then you're fighting at 160, right? For the next one.
Yeah, which that's no problem because after I made 163, and then I didn't go up from there even when I went back to stop from dieting. So
yeah, now
I just kind of settled in down here.
Yeah, you'll get it, man. I remember when I first was talking to you, you were cruiserweight. So
yeah, 190.
So
man.
Yeah, so you're doing a lot better now. So
like Chandler Carver, cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, dude. We've had a time getting Chandler fights. Everybody keeps showing up, or they'll either no show or they show up and won't fight him, or it's always something. And it sucks.
Yeah. That's what I was like, man, I'm sorry I turned pro because we probably fought 4 times in a row, man.
We would have just put you as we would have put you down as we would have had Chandler fighting whoever, and then as an alternate bout, you and Chandler, just you come and fight him every event.
That's the one thing I miss about amateur, though, for real, is just being able to take fights like whenever. I mean, you can still kind of do it in pro, but it's like, it's a different state. You got to get blood work done and all that. Amateur, Yeah, I don't know how many times I took a fight on less than a 7-day notice, and that
Yeah.
was nice about him.
You took a lot of fights in big cities too, those Golden Glove or whatever
He went
type events. Fighting in
Pennsylvania,
Columbus, fighting in Cincinnati. Like, hey, all right, I can go fight in either Huntington, West Virginia, or Philadelphia. I'm going to Philly. And then you wonder, you get down there and you're fighting like the future world champion.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for a tough man competition.
There you go.
Somehow I got in touch with the USA boxing promoter, got my passbook. I'm up here fighting dude who's like 3-0.
You hadn't even trained, right? You hadn't even trained or sparred or anything. And you're up there fighting in like USA boxing regional tournament.
Yeah, I stepped into a boxing gym after my third unsuccessful USA boxing amateur fight.
Man, yeah, USA boxing's the real deal, man. And you never know, you'll get in there fighting some dude who's been training since he was 3 years old.
People probably looked at me and were like, this guy's not even getting paid for this. Like,
what's he doing here? Man, I would have been the same way. I did a tough man. The first time I ever fought, I did a tough man contest.
That's how it's supposed to go. If you don't train, that's what's supposed to.
Well, I was at college, and then I found out somebody messaged me. What was that? It wasn't MySpace. It was before my ICQ. Do you remember ICQ? Somebody hit me up on ICQ, wishing me luck in my fight. And I went, what are you talking about? And they told me tough man. Like, oh, I'm not doing tough man. And then I found, my friend, one of my buddies was also on the list. I call him and he's like, yeah, I signed us up, dog. You serious? You signed me up? Like, without even talking. He's like, yeah, I thought you would do good. And then I did do good. I won 3 fights. So
you're like the Eminem of boxing.
What is it?
You're like the Eminem of boxing. He signed you up without your permission.
He did, man. He signed me up, and then he backed out. He checked me out the day of the fight. He met me in Logan. The fight we were fighting in the one in Logan. He met me there in Logan, and then he said he had to go pick somebody up, and then he never came back.
That sounds like a lot of these pro fighters that we see get matched.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a ride.
Yeah, couldn't get a ride. Broke down on the side of the road, whatever. Yeah, you see a lot of that stuff.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever backed out of a fight, to be honest with you.
I backed out of a fight on my own event.
Even when I tried.
I didn't back out. So I was, I fought William Myers.
I got bullied into still fighting.
I fought William Myers last year.
Yeah.
March 12th, I fought William. But I had it originally scheduled me to fight William on January 29th on the Huntington card. And, I caught COVID a week before the fight. I didn't know it. I was out running. I was like, why? Like, I couldn't breathe. Didn't know what was going on. Like, my legs were like gone. My arms were gone. And I wasn't like sneezing or coughing or anything, but I just couldn't breathe. I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. And then I went to hit my heavy bag, and it was like I had been doing 12 3-minute rounds, and I'm in there like first round, and I was like done. And so told my wife, I was like, I'm sick. I think I don't know what's wrong with me. So she tested. I had COVID, and my kids had COVID, but I was like, I'm gonna try to do the fight anyway. It's like I think I can knock this guy out in 20 seconds, so I probably won't get out of breath. And I was there. I went down there to set up early. I don't remember if it was that Thursday or that Friday of fight week. I was carrying stuff upstairs to the ballroom. I was carrying a case of water up the flight of steps, dude. And everything worked out pretty good for me. I carried the water up there, and I was completely out of breath. I barely made it up to the second floor, carrying a case of water. And then my phone rang. It was Jeremy Browning. Like, hey man, like, I know it's like last minute, but you think you can get me a fight on that card? I was like, well, you can take my place if you want to, because I'm sick. So he took my place and fought Myers. And then Jeremy, Myers beat him, but it turned out Jeremy was sick too. He didn't know it. He found out when he was in the ring, and then he couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
yeah.
But watching that fight, I would have just assumed that he was just not just an out of shape heavyweight.
He was also out of shape pretty bad, but he ended up in the hospital that night. So, and then
Well,
he left the hospital and went to the dance club.
Is William still on the card?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I'm excited for that because I'm co-main event material, but voluntarily I decided I'm going to move down the card because not only do I want Jeremy in my corner, we're getting William the dub. I can't remember the dude he's fighting, but he's getting knocked out. Me and Billy Badass are coming. I'm in his corner, and he's getting the win.
I'm going to see if I can bring this up on the screen and share the fight card with you. And I think I got you guys all separated so that you can corner both of them.
Yeah, I'm like the fourth fight, and then I think he's halfway down, and then Jeremy. So Jessica's fighting for somewhere else. I can't remember.
Yeah, the same night.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So I don't know who's going to corner her or what. So I'm assuming I'll be helping in Jeremy's corner. I at least like to have him in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Let me make share my screen. Bout sheet. Okay. So I got you about 5. I got William about 11. And then Jeremy's about 18. So yeah, you guys are I got you guys separated pretty good. I could put you earlier in the card, like number 3, if we need to. But 1 and 2, I need them where they are. Yeah, we could. I could bring you down to about number 3, but yeah, I got you at number 5 right now. 5, 11. So you're fighting number 5 in your corner, and number 11 and number 18.
Put me on 3, then I'm gonna go jump on the commentary table, and then we'll hop back.
Commentary, we got a good crew on commentary, man. I got Elijah, as always, and then we got Butch Hiles and we got David Fournette. I mean, we got a solid commentary team now.
I forgot David. Okay, man.
This would be a good one to have Scott Kuhn on since we have so many pro boxing matches. Like I didn't think about it, because it's an MMA event.
Is he not gonna ref?
I didn't think about that. I better look into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 professional boxing matches on this MMA card. So, and then the 1 pro kickboxing match as well.
I think Jeremy is the only pro boxer excited about fighting in an octagon. He likes it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'd say he's comfortable with it. He came from a MMA background. Joe Collins, I know he doesn't like the idea of fighting in a cage. His opponent does because he's fighting an MMA guy. Keith Barr, I don't think Keith Barr minds. I think Keith has fought MMA before. His opponent has also fought MMA, so I don't think either one of them cares.
Keith's fought anybody whenever, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I don't think he cares where it's at.
And then you and Joe. So I don't know what you guys think about it. Joe trains at an MMA gym, so he may not mind.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I see on his Facebook too. He's always grappling now. I'm like, dude, you got a boxing match coming up.
He's at the Viper Pit, man. That's what they do. That's a grappling gym. So I don't know how much boxing they're getting in. I hope he's getting some in.
Yeah, me too. Because I've been training really hard.
He's down there with Donald Neese. For some reason, I always want to call the guy Dustin Neese because I went to school with a Dustin Neese. But yeah, Donald Neese. At the Viper Pit. So he's getting the work in. That's cool that he's doing MMA. Maybe we can see you guys rematch in an MMA fight at some point.
Not if you don't cut any weight, because if I'm fighting MMA, I'm going to 155.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man. the card's looking pretty good, dude. We
Yeah, that
got,
card's
we got
stacked.
16
That
fights. I'm adding, 16 fights right now. I'm adding at least 2 grappling matches. Maybe a few more.
Wait, is it
I'm
going to be
adding-
like the one card, or is it got to be matched and sanctioned grappling matches?
They're just gonna be like unsanctioned.
Oh, well then I want to grapple with somebody too.
You want to grapple on this one?
Yeah.
I mean, we can make it happen. You be the
Yeah.
first grapple. You fight number 3, and then you can be like grappling match, which is about number 9. And then you
Yeah,
get a little bit of a break before Myers fights.
I'm gonna need something to do. I got ADHD, so I can't just sit around.
Well,
But yeah,
we'll make
I'm
that
excited. I think this will be like, as far as skill goes, like as far as like any of your cards that I've seen, like I think this is just gonna be like
Our
skill
last
fight
card,
after fight after
our
fight.
last card was nuts. Like everybody could fight.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
When you throw an MMA event, Northern West Virginia, you're close to Pennsylvania, you're close to Maryland, Virginia, DC, you're up in that area, Ohio. Dude, there's a lot of really good gyms up there. That card was stacked. I mean, from like start to finish, everybody could fight. It was pretty cool. I mean, the night started with Sheldon Starcher. He was the first fight. Then he fought Fritz Duriska, who came up from West Palm Beach, Florida. I mean, that was fight number 1. And, we had the main event, Denzel Chapman making his pro MMA debut against Kyle Eckert. But those were the top 2 lightweights in West Virginia as amateurs for the past few years. And, that was a fight that almost happened a few times at the amateur level and never came to fruition. But, we made that happen in the pro main event. And there were, a lot of guys up there that just weren't on the card, like solid fighters. A lot of gyms up in that area, a lot of really good gyms up in that area. And not just in
that's what I've been saying since the beginning. This card is pretty stacked. Like as far as talent goes and skill and matchups, there's not hard. I think I might have the most lopsided matchup on the card, to be honest with you. Other than that, it's all like.
Yeah, there's a few of these fights on here. I don't know a lot about the guys. Marlene Carter, he's at Thrive Tribe training with Brendan Kelly, BJ Robinson. Those guys, they got a BJJ guy teaching there too. So they're an MMA gym. It's the Ultimate Ninja Lexington. He is fighting Austin. Julfs or Welfs. I don't know how to say the name. He trains with Mike Shepard, West Virginia Doghouse Gym.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about them, but both guys are with good gyms. They're training with a lot of active fighters.
I want to do some scouting because I got to find an MMA opponent.
Well, I was thinking Eric Mon. If we could get Mr. Mon's going to have to. He likes to eat, man. Eric Mon likes to eat, so I don't know if he's going to come down to 155.
Super nice guy.
He'd fight you. Yeah, he is. He'll fight. Eric Mon will fight you.
I need more opponents that are going to talk shit. Like I need more.
Yeah.
We need more.
Eric will talk crap.
Sell a pay-per-view fighting a guy who's liking and commenting on the pictures. I can't do that.
Eric will like and heart your comments, and then he'll talk trash about you, and then he'll get in there and let you know it was all just to sell tickets. He's your buddy. Eric's a nice dude. Yeah, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to have you back on the card. I think the last time you fought for me was June last year, so it's been a minute. That's when you fought Carver. So you fought for us.
I fought on that fucking bullshit card too, but that was
not my card. But yeah, man, good to have you back here, and you're always welcome to fight here. We love it here. So
I'm gonna take a tough fight. I'm gonna take a tough fight up north later this year, but after that, I'm with you. Whether it's
we got you here August. We got you September, and hope we'll get you some more. We're gonna have a lot of cards coming up. But any last words, man, before we cut this thing off?
I'm good to go. I'm excited. I think me and Jeremy gonna handle business for real.
Yeah.
I think both.
Jeremy. Oh. Yeah, your teammate, Jeremy. Okay.
All
right, guys. August 5th. We're 2 weeks away. We got Zane fighting Joe Thompson. the Boyd County Convention Center, aka the Boyd Convention and Arts Center. Come on out. Some of the cheapest tickets around and some great fights. All right.